There's nothing more empowering than picking up a tool and solving a problem in your home all by yourself.
Hi DIY friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Danie, your friendly neighborhood DIYer.
Danie Berger, also known as DIY Danie, is encouraging women everywhere to pick up a power tool and get creative through her YouTube channel. Her passion for DIY started in her early 20s when she was looking for functional and affordable storage solutions for her small basement apartment. Now Danie is helping others build their confidence to do their own projects around their home.
That's amazing, that you have found this fire and passion in an industry that is very male dominated though. Yeah. Coming into this industry, telling yourself that you're going to start a YouTube channel as a woman host doing these, construction reno projects, what was going through your mind at that time?
I think I just decided that I'm going to live my life with no fear. There's nothing more empowering than picking up a tool and solving a problem in your home all by yourself.
We made a table
in 3 days! It's like, you just feel like such a badass, and after that, you're on a rush, We don't need men. We just need power tools and encouragement and motivation to just not be so afraid of them. I think the biggest fear that came behind women not wanting to pick up power tools is just not understanding how the tools work, or not giving a landscape for women to really learn this kind of tool set. My goal for my channel was to really empower women to pick up tools and motivate them to do these things, these projects around their home.
What do you guys think? Honestly, this turned out epic, better than I could have imagined it, and this is the power of DIY, my friends.
I was tired of leaning on men to do something that I'm so capable of doing. I think women forget how capable and how amazing we are at literally everything.
So you have this pretty big YouTube channel that's kind of exploded called DIY Danie. How did it turn into what it is now? Like, what were the steps? Were people reaching out to you?
For a very long time, I actually worked as a digital producer in the digital space. So I was running another YouTube channel, and I was producing content for other big broadcasters. And a lot of the content that I was doing was DIY and home related. So I spent majority of my career before YouTube learning how to do so much, learning from the experts, just things like how to pick up a drill and drill into brick, or how to drill into wood. Best practices. So it really set me up for success. And then over time, we ended up creating a series called Buyer DIY. And we were looking for this like pro DIYer, and I was just a DIY like gal at home. I did it for myself, and we were looking for the best DIYer for the show. And it just turned into somebody saying, well, Danie, why don't you do it? You DIY all the time. You know what you're doing. I was like, oh, that's weird. Okay. So I ended up being the DIY host on this series that I also produce. And after that, something inside me just clicked. Like, there was a fire inside me. Building all these DIY solutions for other people just filled me with so much joy. And I think now, in today's day and age, we are always looking for jobs that bring joy to us, that make us happy, fulfill us. And this was just like next level for me. I was hooked. So after that, some time had passed, and I just decided this is what I want to do. Like, I know it in my heart. And I just have such a passion for building with my hands and building DIY solutions. So I started my own YouTube channel. And after that, like the rest is history. And I've loved every second of it.
Was YouTube the perfect place to start off, and you could kind of be in your own space and not worry about like the hecklers or people judging you? Or was it the other way around? Did you find that there was a lot of, they call them keyboard warriors that were giving you crap for being a woman trying to use power tools?
I mean, there's always going to be hateful people out there that has an opinion, but I feel really, really happy that my channel has been nothing but a positive experience for me. and the people that corral around my channel have been so encouraging and motivating to me as a creative person. There are moments in life where I definitely feel that divide of like a man's world, and most of that comes from old, like when I walk into stores and I'm like, oh, you know, like male dominated spaces where I'm like, oh, I want to order this and this, and they look at you going like, oh, I'm sorry, do you know how to do that? You'd have to use a router. I'm like, excuse me, I know how to use a router, like, thank you, but I'm good. You know, there's moments like that, but honestly, I've been very lucky in the sense that YouTube has been a really positive space for me.
I actually have a personal investment in this interview because I'm an aspiring DIYer. I actually bought my first drill last year, and everyone's like, what the hell? And honestly, I got it from IKEA, but I saw it and I was like, if there's an opportunity for me to buy a drill, it's right now. You know, it's not expensive, easy to use. I YouTubed it. Not that drills are that hard to use, but you're right. I did feel very empowered. And like,
right?
I was telling the guys, like, dude, do you need a drill? I have a drill.
There's no better feeling than when someone says, oh my God, I love that. And you go, oh, I made it. That fire of doing it yourself, it feels so freaking good. I think where my channel differs is that I chose to not hide away from the fact that I'm not an expert.
The idea is there. I think the purple that I chose was not the right color. So I talked to Jess, and the two of us just decided that we're not gonna be happy with it if we don't just do the right thing.
There are so many times on my channel where I've shown people that I make mistakes too. I am not perfect, because I think we need to be reminded that DIY is going to be a messy space. You're going to make mistakes, and that's okay, because as long as you're learning from your mistakes, as long as you're building from your mistakes, that's where we build confidence. And I think it's really important to share that so that women don't watch me, feel empowered, go do it themselves, and then all of a sudden it becomes a big fail, and then they don't feel that on the inside. So if they see me failing too, but heck, you know, the outcome always has a happy ending, or the story is positive, then I think that's what's important.
This was a week-long adventure, but by the end of that week, we had a shelf, and that shelf opens to a secret room that you would never know is there unless you know the secret key to get inside.
Danie left me with some last words of encouragement to start doing my own DIYs.
The biggest thing about my channel that I hope people take away from it is that the whole idea is building confidence through creativity. There's no greater feeling than finishing a project and feeling that sense of like, I made that, I did that. And I think if more people felt less intimidated to want to redo their spaces, update their spaces, or paint a wall, I think that we need more encouragement in that space. And it's amazing what it can do for your personal confidence, not just like for your creativity, but for you as a person, for us as women, you know, who lack so much confidence on a daily basis. And I think if we can build a little bit of that up, then that's what I hope my channel can do, like an ounce of that, even just a sprinkle of that on a Saturday morning, then, you know, I'd be the happiest person in the world.
And make sure to keep a lookout for more videos in this series on Canadian women YouTubers who are changing the gender bias in their industries. Next, we talk to actress and comedian Julie Nolke.
Maybe it's not our place to sit at the big boy table.
No. Don't say that.
Why, Gina? Because it's true?
All you can do is stay in your own lane and say, well, what is my perspective? What can I bring to the table that's original, that's only mine? And so I wanted to talk about what being a woman was like, and I think that's hopefully reflected in all of my videos.
Thanks for watching, and make sure to like and subscribe to our Narcity channel to see more great content.